Preparations are now underway as businesses around the state to implement federal vaccine or testing rules. This comes after the Biden administration announcing today employers will need to comply by early January or they could face fines. Kaylin Hagwood spoke with business leaders and tells us more.
After months of planning, on Thursday, the Biden administration released a deadline for more than 80 million Americans to be vaccinated against the coronavirus or face weekly testing requirements. According to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, companies with 100 or more employees will need to have them vaccinated by January 4th. Bob Morgan, the president of the State Chamber of Commerce, says they've been surveying businesses.
Many have begun preparing for its inevitability. Certainly those who do business with the federal government. Companies, first of all, do not want to see the economy shut down again. And so I think there's more of an openness. But having said that, for the majority, it's a workforce issue.
Similar concerns in Sumter, according to Chamber President Chris Hardy.
A lot of unknowns, a lot of unanswered questions, some that believe it will benefit them in the sense of the workforce retention. If you require vaccinations and mandate them all across the board, everybody's on a fair playing field.
Nursing homes, hospitals, and other facilities that receive money from Medicare or Medicaid face stricter rules and won't have a testing option. Both Prisma Health and Lexington Medical Center say they will comply. Meanwhile, South Carolina joins other Republican-led states vowing to fight the requirements, with the state-led OSHA agency responsible for enforcement not sharing directly whether it will comply. In a statement to News 19, the department said in part it has 15 days from Friday to advise federal OSHA of the action it will take. They anticipate legal challenges will impact their decision. Kaylin Hagwood, News 19, WLTX.
Well, OSHA drafted the rules under emergency authority to protect workers from the virus. The U.S. Labor Secretary says he's hoping that the new rules will help decrease hospitalizations and deaths and keep the economy open. Meanwhile, Governor McMaster says he will fight the federal vaccine rules in court.
The President of the United States is telling you, you've got to get a vaccination that perhaps you do not want for whatever reason is your own. It is not lawful. It is not allowed under the Constitution, and that's what these cases are going to say.
Well, the governor signed an executive order late today banning all state agencies that make up his cabinet from enforcing federal vaccine rules here in South Carolina. So what legal grounds does the governor have here? We spoke with a legal expert who says when it comes to vaccinations and federal contractors or healthcare workers, there may not be much wiggle room to challenge the Biden administration's plan. However, for large employers, he says there is more of an opportunity.
The standard for OSHA to issue an emergency rule is there has to be a grave danger to public health and safety. There are arguments that there is not a grave danger, so OSHA didn't really have the authority to issue this rule, and that will play out in the courts.
As for employee, he adds that without a religious or medical exemption, you're likely to need to comply or you could be fired.